One of the talking points that's emerged in the equity side of things in the last 1 year is, of course, the volatility that has induced, and of course the fear that comes with it in terms of where we are going next. In terms of commodities, what's the outlook for the next 1 year, and especially on your business for Q2? There were a bit of concerns because now your competitors are also coming up with commodity products and commodity exchanges. But essentially, how do you expect the next 1 year to pan out, and from an MCX India perspective, how are things shaping up?
So again, thank you for, and wish you and all your viewers very happy summer 2075, as well as to all the investors, whether they are in commodities or in equities. As you rightly said, volatility is really something which plays into inducing more volumes. We've seen a bit of that volatility play out in the last 2 quarters, and I think that has in a big way helped the volumes in the exchange pick up. But I think structurally we have seen a lot of changes happen over the last 1 year. We've seen new products come in. We've seen SEBI paving the way for the distribution to really get expanded. So you now have bank subsidiaries distributing commodity derivatives. You've got members combining their equity and commodity memberships. That gives them more cost leverage. And you of course have many more new products in the form of options. The new year I think is got 2 unfulfilled promises, if I may say so, from a regulatory stroke product perspective that we need to really bridge. The first one is introduction of trading in index-based products in the commodity segment. I think discussions have taken place across the board with the regulators, within the consultative groups, and I think it's a matter of time before we see index allowed in the commodity segment. And that's a big step we would see in terms of broadening the market for commodity derivatives. I think the other step, which is very eagerly awaited, long overdue I would say, is something on which the journey started more than almost a year ago with SEBI coming out with a white paper on mutual funds and PMS. That's something which must get done. I think it's up to us as participants, whether it's the investors, whether it's the custodians, whether it's the exchanges. I think together we need to come and resolve all outstanding issues and make sure that institutions can participate in this market, because institutions get a very regular flow of money through SIPs, so they're a very, very good way for the retail market to be channeled into the commodity derivative segment. They also give long-term liquidity, which is essential to building long-term contracts. So that's one pending task, I think, which we should all look forward to in the next summer.
So Paranjpe, well, I'm not going to talk about business directly here, but give me a sense of what you feel about where gold and oil is headed. Oil clearly is hit a rough patch in the last couple of months, from the start of October really. Are you expecting oil prices to rebound from here and go back to probably $100 a barrel? And also, what's the call on gold? It's usually at this time of the year that people go out and buy a lot of gold. Outlook on gold and oil?
So I think as an exchange we provide a platform for trading, and as a conscious policy we really do not give a view on price related sort of sentiments, either whether they are upward or downwards. So I think that's something I wouldn't be able to comment. But on gold I will add that in terms of the participation in the market, so I think in terms of just the fact that a lot of people had gone away from the market, whether they were hedging their exposures, whether they were actually buying gold, whether they were storing the inventory, that was something which we did see go down in a big way in the last 12 months. But if I just take the trend of the last 3 months, the overall bullion market is picking up, and I think we really expect that trend to continue. So from our perspective, bullion is something which we expect will do very well for us and complement the growth that we have seen in terms of metals and the crude market.
All right, Mr. Paranjpe, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. We'll of course connect at a later date to get a little more specific details of your business, but happy Diwali to you once again, and a great year ahead. Jai Bala is with us. Sanjeev Bhasin will be joining us in a couple of minutes as well, and of course a whole host of other big experts on the channel through the day today. We'll be getting you the big voices and their call on the markets as well. For now, let's just take a very short break. On the other side, the market discussion continues.